leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him.
Yeah, so that's just meaning, man, it's gonna be one thing after another. Yeah. You might escape one calamity just to run head first into another. As if a man did flee from a lion, you got away from that lion, then you ran head first into a bear. So that's how the day of the Lord is gonna be. You might, you know, get past the famine, but then the pestilence might get you. You might get around the pestilence, but then they round you up, put you in the concentration camp to be beheaded. That's how the day of the Lord is. It's going to be calamity after calamity after calamity. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You're talking about rape. You know, a lot of you, your daughter's going to be raped in front of you. You're going to be powerless to stop it. You know, especially you niggas that mock and scoff when the elders came out with the rapeable age, or not the marriageable age of a woman.
Right.
And y'all took it to say that we teach that you can rape 8-year-old girls. Well, the Most High gonna unleash the white man on you to let him rape your daughters.
Boys and you.
And
for your mocking and scoffing.
Hey, and if you think it can't, like, oh no, it can't happen, it already happened. Just go back to when we was in hardcore slavery. Yeah. What you think was going on? The white man was popping little boys, little girls. Remember that documentary on that lady? It's called, what's it called?
It's still going on.
It's still going on.
I had to do something with that. Michael Sanders, I had pulled the thing off the website and it was going into it.
That's right, though.
Back to that I don't know if they mentioned the lady's name, a black lady. That actually got out of slavery, literally got out of slavery in the 60s, you know? And she basically said she got raped about the age of, she might have been like 5 or 8 years old, something, she was young. She wasn't even ready yet.
So she was up the land now in a pool of blood from the white man raping. But it was got conditioned to it.
That was one story from a woman. I can't say testimony because, but that was one story from a woman, but that was going on. It happened.
20th century.
Why? But the Most High gave us over, you know, to the enemy. And now the ones that ain't right in this time, if you ain't up there, if you ain't chosen to be delivered, then you're gonna be subject to whatever this white man want to do to you.
That's right, bro. Yeah, you brothers check that out, man. It's called It's Still Going On. It's on YouTube. It'll piss you the fuck off, man. That'll get your mind right there, you know. And that, like the brother said, that was just as recently as 40 years ago.
Right. The test. I can't say that. But the story that she gave, I believe it might have been 2005 or 6. I might be a little off. But she was saying, you know, she was actually free, so-called free, in the 60s. That's the Proclamation of Emancipation. That took place in 1864, something like that.
Approximately 64, 65. Yeah,
right.
It was 63, I think.
And
then
then
65. So
it came out here in 65. That's when you get Juneteenth. Now you can see full of the bus ain't came yet, and the dude left. Because if the bus was there, he'd be running to catch the bus. But see, the scriptures say, possess ye through patience, you possess your soul. That's right.
No, I was gonna say, well, Obama, you got niggas today that live in these country towns. They are still in that type of slavery. Them motherfuckers on that documentary, they were scared to talk because they were like, shit, man. If I say something, one of them actually said, man, if I say something, you gonna be able to protect me. You got these little country towns off the fucking map. Well, these white folks still got niggas that's slaves. Bro.
Yeah, that's right now today. What he talking about right now.
Today. They still fucking living in little towns, fucking working as slaves, living in fucking shacks.
Well, you going to, where it showed that on that, you talking about.
It's the same documentary.
Right, it showed it. They scared to verbally come out and say that we still just, you know, they ain't getting their backs whipped and beat, but they working the land and they give them scraps and shit. They don't even got lights and electricity, you know. They got a little shack and they throwing scraps and shit. And then y'all get it how you live, basically.
Is that documentary?
Yeah.
And then she said, remember they show you the mindset of a nigga once she got her little freedom or got away from her master, that one woman, she went back to try to free her mama. Her mama said she didn't want to be free.
Yeah.
And she died in the 90s as a slave. This same woman's mother.
They put it in.
They don't want to be free.
Exactly.
Yeah, they want to stay here in America and pay taxes for the rest of their life. Keep getting locked up and oppressed, and think that's just the way of life.
Yeah.
So just go through that scripture one more time.
I observe y'all, man.
Amos.
No, you good.
Amos. Yeah, the scripture say even the food is counted wise. I ain't calling you no food, man. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him.
Yeah, you better see them scary movies like Friday 13 and shit, and you know, there's one motherfucker, the killer been chasing them, and then when they think they safe, and that motherfucker pop up behind them, and yeah, that's what, just when you think you got away, and the snake gonna bite, you gonna get it.
Right.
You know?
They might think they made it through the famine, get to some food, been hungry, I'm to the point of death, and then they get some food, then somehow some type of fluid, they're able to get some type of fluid in them, and that fluid being contaminated, and they just die over from drinking that water, that Lake Erie water.
Yeah, y'all see
I'm just throwing scenarios out.
That's a possible scenario.
Yeah, I don't. Excuse me.
Right?
Slide over a little bit more. Okay, now I was gonna say, how many of y'all seen that movie Lone Survivor?
Oh yeah.
The true story that came out. That's a good ass example of that. Your big bad Marines, when them motherfuckers was running from them Arabs through them mountains, man, every time that they get behind a big rock or something, they go, before you know it, missiles flying over, man. Them Israelites was crawling through the mountains with bazookas on their fucking shoulders, like ants, man. Them motherfuckers couldn't escape, man. Every time they took a breath and ducked down, bullets start flying over their heads. Somebody get hit in their cheek with a bullet. That's right, man.
That's just like if you practice a certain obstacle course, and that's all you do is practice that one particular obstacle course.
Yeah.
You gonna know it. You gonna get good at it. You gonna develop techniques. But then you put somebody freshly on that particular obstacle course, they ain't gonna know what to do. That's the same situation with them Arabs over there. They know how to maneuver through mountains and desert atmosphere and all that.
The big bad Marines had them damn boots on tight. He had his boots on. This motherfucker twist his ankle running up the mountain. You had them Ishmaelites and damn their slippers jumping from cliffs and shit.
Yeah, man. Tie up.
But that's what you gonna see in America, man. The spirit of the Lord's vengeance, man. It's gonna be on these nations, man. But it's gonna be heavy on his elect, man. And what you think it's gonna be like? Everybody gonna be, what's that?
The judgment of God.
It's gonna be just what we're reading about right now. It's gonna be a day of darkness. It's gonna okay.
It's Amos 5:20. It says, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it.
That's good. I mean,
and that's when it goes out.
Right.
Yeah, and that's gonna be all around darkness, man. It's gonna be a dark day. Kind of like say I will use a word like emotionally, but mainly it's gonna be physical at that time, man. Right. It's gonna be all out chaos in the streets, man.
I'm sorry, bro. You're right. Even though it's gonna play out in the physical war, it's all spiritual.
Right.
You know, and then when you read throughout the different accounts of the day of the Lord, the judgment of the Lord, it ain't nothing nice, man. He say he coming back for vengeance, for to destroy the wicked, to destroy kingdoms and nations, take them out of power, and then slaughter. It tell you that the Lord is gonna return, and when you see it, it's gonna be a point in time when people fast their eyes on the Lord. He's gonna be drenched in blood. The ones that the world knows is Jesus Christ. He gonna be bloody. And it ain't gonna be his blood that's shed this time. It's gonna be the blood of the wicked.
Hey, just like the scripture that say, the Lord say, I'll come to bring a fire, but what if it be already kindled? That's another part of the door, man. It's gonna be fire set everywhere. When people rioting and going crazy in the cities, man, it's gonna be fires and smoke every fucking where.
Death all in the streets.
But then instead of this be the LA riots, it's gonna be the American riots.
It's gonna be casualties. It's gonna be death. All literally dead bodies everywhere. Saying it's gonna be so you gonna smell the smell of death in the streets. Like if you was right up on a dead body.
That's gonna bring pestilence.
It ain't because we want it or we say it. It's in the scriptures, and that's where our faith lies. You know.
Yeah, them dead bodies, man, and then airborne pathogens and whatnot, man, from the dead bodies and shit.
Hepatitis A, B, and C, and all.
So it sounds like God's coming back to go to war. Is that what you're saying? Jesus is coming back to go to war?
Right, there will be war.
There will be war, and it's gonna be like a unfair war, because it ain't gonna be no contest. It ain't gonna be no casualties on his side, on the Lord. When the Lord come back with the angels, and he gonna raise up certain members of the elect, there ain't gonna be no casualties on that side.
When he comes back with the angels or with the angels?
No, he gonna come back with many angels.
10,000 saints, right? Something like that.
Where's the scripture that talk about? That's talking about the Most High with the come. That's in Daniel, I think 9. They say that the Most High come with It was talking about the Most High, and he say around him it was tens of thousands and thousands of angels. In the book of Daniel 9, I think it was it 7. No, it's 9 and 7. But that's one account that I'm thinking of. But it's
one Deuteronomy 33. They said that.
I don't have to get it. I'm gonna get it.
Well, let me look at it.
I got a scripture real quick while he getting
like
that. This really the answer is you ask is the Lord who the world calls Jesus Christ. Is he coming for war? This Revelation 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true. Talking about the Lord returning. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. So to answer your question, he is coming to make war, but it won't be a war to where he gonna have to battle and compete. It's gonna be a slaughter.
Yeah, it's gonna be win hands down.
He done lifted up. The Lord gave this so-called white man the blessing of the sword. So he got his military, and that's what he's doing with his space tickets up there. He know the Lord is returning, and he know that he coming back on the chariots. People know to be UFOs. That's what it's like. The Lord not gonna come back on no horse. He coming back in those chariots, man. So them so-called white man got his space station set up out there, thinking he gonna be able to defend. Man, Most High gonna send us to wipe through that, man. It's gonna be an all-out slaughter, man. That's why the scriptures say that the saints shall take the kingdom. There's not going to be no even battle, man. It's going to be a complete slaughter. Because they dealing with carnal weapons. But the Most High said in his son back when there's all-out glory with spiritual weapons, man.
Now, how the women ain't going to get out? How the people are supposed to get out? Do they flee to the wilderness or something? Or how does that happen?
Say that again?
Well, the remnant is saved during these times.
The women going to be saved through childbirth.
Remnant.
Oh, remnant. Oh. They're going to be beamed up in those same chariots.
Right, when they speak about the rapture, it's not going to go down like the conventional religion
movies.
tells you.
Right, yes, sir.
The rapture is the elect being delivered, beamed up into the so-called UFOs, man, to escape the destruction that's going to come before America is blown to kingdom come, so to speak. Because 200 million nuclear warheads are going to be detonated from coast to coast, man, turning America into that lake of fire that you read about in the book of Revelation.
That's just speaking scripture right here.
So Russia's gonna be the main one.
Russia targets Western importance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then China
Declaration
with
of
them.
war.
And then even America's allies gonna get in on the act because America has betrayed and double crossed and triple crossed all nations around the world.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, you knew we was out here or something?
I'm from Detroit. Yeah, I've been studying, man. I had a call a long time ago. I'm just an observer and a student.
Hey, when the last time you been out there? Are you fresh from Detroit or you?
Yeah, last summer.
What's it like out there right now?
It's very much like biblical times. We have no police, so we are own police. You know, we carry our own guns.
Hey, well, you know want to know what the scripture that come to mind?
Hey, can you say that one more time for the brothers?
If you don't mind, if you, you ain't gotta be on camera.
Yeah, I'm kind of reluctant about the camera.
You ain't gotta be on camera.
But yeah, I'll tell y'all, no problem. Yeah, it's like Mad Max, you know. Well, I mean, the people are awesome. You know, it's a lot of exaggeration, but as far as like security, we are security out there. There ain't no ambulance. 42 police officers. I think it was 42 last. I might be exaggerating. It's like 42 police officers for the whole city, maybe 58. So we have to protect ourselves. Like when we there, we don't carry guns because we trying to be tough or thug. We carry them. Our parents encourage us to carry guns like a sword. Like you know, you sit out with your friends like how we sitting out here. We all have heat. Just as like your clothes.
That's like
that's just kind of like how it is.
That'll be like it's like a tidbit fulfillment of prophecy. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna magnify the prophecy to all the states.
That's right.
Pretty soon. I got it
is prophecy. Go ahead, brother.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their king nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Meaning, it ain't gonna be no law enforcement, because it say they shall not regard their king nor princes. So it means like it's gonna be like a survival of the fittest. It don't matter if you a cop or you just a regular dude on the street. They gonna be killing cops. It ain't gonna be no law and order from your local police force. People gonna be out, and the power gonna stand, and they gonna be the law. Doing whatever they want to do.
Just like I just happened to come over here, and just thank y'all, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. I'm listening, but I just thank y'all, brother. Like I just got off work, and just to hear this make me feel less crazy.
For real.
Yeah, man. I just came off the plantation, so to see the brothers out here,
That's what's up, man.
I appreciate it.
But I'm gonna take it a step further. What you said.